Hello guys. Today I would like to share my essence strat. Keep in mind, it's not a cheap strat. Obviously, it's not just owl can go. You should make some investments, but the result is worth it. With this strat, you'll make 5 to 10 divines an hour, depends on your build. You can push it even further and get even more profit, but that's going to be more expensive. There are two versions of this strategy. One using remnants of corruption, and one without. I'll show you both. Run 50 maps for each version, and then compare the profits to see which one is more profitable. Our first strategy is farming with Remnant of Corruption. We'll use it together with Scarab of Stability to get better outcomes, and Scarab of Ascent to increase the chance of higher tier essences. And of course, we'll use Essence Scarabs. They're pretty straightforward, as they simply spawn more Essence monsters. Here's something important. We want to apply Remnant of Corruption to monsters that have either Dread, Misery, Scorn, or Envy essences. That's because these essences can upgrade into unique essences, which are quite valuable. Our maps are going to be Tropical Island and City Square. They're both yellow tier maps. By the way, make sure you have at least 5 favorite map slots. If you don't, you should get them, because otherwise it'll be hard to sustain running these maps. Luckily, these two maps are very close to each other, so you shouldn't run into any problems with that. You want to keep one map slot for the map you like the least, and fill the other slots with your favorite map. In other words, keep one tropical island and fill the rest with city square maps. For our first strategy, the Atlas tree looks like this. We want to take almost every essence mod except Crystal Resonance because that one breaks everything. Our remnants won't work with it. Also, we want to disable all extra content since we don't need it for this strat. Make sure to take some Scarab mods with Ambush and Essence because those are the most valuable right now. You can also grab Delve and Shrine mods. They'll make you a little bit stronger. Now here's a super important node. Without it, the strat won't work because you won't be able to sustain maps. Make sure you take Singular Focus. It's crucial. Overall, this setup took me 122 Atlas points. I'll share the link in the description for you guys. So I'm going to run my first 50 maps using Remnants of Corruption. I'll show you how much currency I'll make and how long it takes. Then we'll compare both strategies and see which one is more profitable. So I'm running my last map now. As you can see, it took me 1 hour and 40 minutes. I'll show you in a moment how much currency we made. As you can see, we have 21 divines now, but that's not entirely accurate because I started with essences worth 6.4 divines. So if we subtract that, we end up with 14.6 divines. I think that's a pretty good result. Now you can post it either on Wealthy Exile or TFT Bulk Sell, but keep in mind you'll lose some currency due to discounts, usually around 10 to 20%. I start by listing at 90% of the value, and if nobody buys, I drop it to 85%. You can also use currency exchange, which is by far the best option, but you'll need to sell everything manually, so it takes more time. The upside is you'll get 100% of the value. Also, don't forget to upgrade your essences if you're using currency exchange. It's really important. Okay guys, I listed my essences on Wealthy Exile at 85% of their base value, and I got a response right away. A lot of people are actually looking to buy essences, so selling them isn't going to be a problem. I'll go ahead and sell them now and then show you the profit. So I've already calculated everything. As you can see here, our expense was 961 chaos, the income was 2721 chaos, and that gives us a pure profit of 1760 chaos. And that's in under 2 hours, using a simple strategy. You don't need a strong build to do this. I was clearing each map in about 2 minutes. So whether you make more or less currency will mostly depend on you and your build. Alright, let's move on to our second strategy. For this one, we'll be using 4 Essence Scarabs and 1 Essence Scarab of Ascent. It's absolutely essential to take Crystal Resonance. This strategy is built entirely around it. Without it, the whole thing falls apart. We won't be using Remnants of Corruption anymore, because they'll just break the setup. We'll mainly be running City Square map, since it has separate bosses, which makes them easier to deal with individually. Keep in mind though, this version is much harder than the previous one. You'll need a strong build to reliably kill the map boss. Alright, I'm about to start my first map using the second strategy. This time, we'll see how the new setup performs over a full set of 50 maps. I'll go ahead and run all the maps now, and once I'm done, I'll come back and show you the full breakdown of the results. Profit, time spent, and whether this strat is actually better than the previous one or not. Alright guys, I'm almost done with my final map of this strategy. It took a bit longer to run compared to the first strategy, so now I'm really hoping the profit reflects that extra time. Let's see if the results were actually worth it. Wow, 23 divines in under 2 hours. That's insane. I'd say Essence is definitely an S-tier strategy, especially this version. I'll go ahead and sell the essences now, and I'll be back once I find a buyer. Alright guys, I've already found a buyer. It took a bit longer than I expected, but still, it was under 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and sell the essences now. We ended up getting 18 divines and 32 chaos. Not bad at all. Sure, we could have gotten the full 23 divines, but honestly, I'm just too lazy to use currency exchange and wait for everything to sell. I'd rather get all the currency right away and be done with it. So our pure profit is 25-26 chaos. As you can see, it's definitely possible to make up to 10 divines per hour, especially if you have a strong and fast build. In the end, I'd say this version is more profitable than the previous one, but it also requires a much stronger build to handle the map boss comfortably. Overall, both strategies are solid, and I can definitely recommend them. If this video was helpful, make sure to click the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. All useful info is in the description, including both versions of the Atlas tree.